What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for understanding that YouTube is now run by AI, so we got to be as careful as possible. Now, it is allowing general discussions about crypto, NFTs, and other digital assets, so that's all that this video is. It is not a promise, promotion, suggestion, recommendation, or guarantee of any kind. So please understand that it's you and I talking about the latest crypto news, talking about the latest crypto prices, and so on. Now, I am going to go into this article briefly here, a little bit of price predictions with resistance at 850 points per coin. But we have to set the stage first about what is happening in the cryptocurrency space and some of the reasons we're seeing the declines. Now, I don't believe that this news about the Netherlands is necessarily causing too much of the decline today, but it's utterly fascinating to see how stupid some people are. Man, this is really terribly moving here. So it's utterly fascinating to see how stupid some people are that they want to tax unrealized gains. Now look at this. It says the Netherlands is considering a 36% tax on investment returns, including unrealized crypto gains from 2028. Now this is a proposal. It's not yet a law. There's somebody out there that decided to propose to tax unrealized gains. Now, it says a bill would tax actual returns on assets like crypto, stocks, and bonds at about 36% and include, this is a 36% tax, right, and include unrealized gains above roughly 1,800 euros per person. Now, think about that, guys. They want to tax anybody on unrealized gains above $1,800 per person, 1,800 euros per person. Now, this is exactly why we need crypto, okay? We cannot live in a society built on fiat currencies and run by corrupt governments any longer. Think about this for a second. They could tax you today and tomorrow tell you crypto's illegal and watch it drop all the way back down 80-90%. And you would still be taxed on your unrealized gain and have absolutely no benefit of an unrealized loss. Now, I'm not going to linger on this too long because it is absolutely infuriating what these people think is acceptable and what they want to do and so on. So I'm not going to sit here and worry too much about it. But if I can move the screen back over, we're going to jump back into that Shiba Inu coin article and talk about what's going on with the latest Shiba Inu coin specific news. It's clear that the overall market has lost its mind and European countries no longer, that's not even a country, that's a mafia, right? That's a mob when they're coming after unrealized gains. Now the article here says Shiba Inu coin's price prediction. SHIB struggles below key resistance at 850 points per coin. And one of the reasons we're struggling to gain is because people come up with idiotic ideas like this to go out and tax unrealized gains. It says Shiba Inu coin's price holds at about 780 points per coin with a $4.5 billion market cap as meme coin recovery stalls. SHIB faces key resistance levels while trading volume reaches $112 million. Shiba Inu coin continues to trade in a narrow range as the broader meme coin sector attempts to recover from recent losses. The token currently sits at approximately 780 points per coin, and at the time that I'm recording this video at about 786 points per coin, so it's right in the same area as when they wrote the article. And it says down 1.89% in the last 24 hours. Trading volume over the last 24 hours is $112 million, indicating moderate activity among investors. The price, and that's moderate in today's terms, guys. Shiba Inu coin peaked at about $40 billion in volume, so it could do a lot better than $100 million. The price action reflects the challenges facing meme coins in the current market environment, and Shiba Inu coin has demonstrated resilience against further decline, yet struggles to generate momentum needed for a decisive upward move. Buy the dip activity has provided some support at lower levels, preventing a deeper sell-off. However, consistent buying pressure remains absent. Now, mixed sentiment dominates trading activity, and I believe a lot of this mixed sentiment, you can see that it's struggling to perform. But I believe a lot of this mixed sentiment has to do with the fear and greed index back down at a level of fear. This is one of the toughest markets that we have been in. This is a bear market with almost bull market prices. Think about that. Now, I know meme coins aren't experiencing bull market prices. Certainly not. They declined all of 2025. But when you look at Bitcoin, okay, trading near 100,000, okay, it's been floating around there. I know 90,000, right? But when you look at Bitcoin, as high as it is, when you look at Ethereum sitting around $3,000, these are not bear market bottom prices of $60,000, $70,000 or $1,000 Ethereum and so on. These are rather high prices, but extremely low sentiment. And this sentiment is one of the reasons we will not see meme coins running. We need to see greed return to the space if we expect to see gains in the meme coin sector. Now it says SHIB performance depends heavily on the broader cryptocurrency market trends. Yes, but SHIB depends more on the excitement, the emotion, and the sentiment than it does the overall market trends. Remember, Bitcoin was hitting an all-time high, 125,000. Shiba Inu coin was hitting fresh lows. So it doesn't necessarily depend on the overall market. We need that sentiment to rise. When leading cryptocurrencies gain traction, meme coins often benefit from increased risk appetite. During periods of market weakness, these assets typically suffer disproportionate losses. Now, critical levels determine the next move. Several price points will determine whether Shiba Inu coin can mount a meaningful recovery, and resistance levels above current prices represent barriers that must be overcome for bullish momentum to build. Support zones below provide a floor. It says the token's ability to hold above 750 and break out of that 850 resistance are extremely critical levels for Shiba Inu coin's next move. Now, whether or not we're worried about the Netherlands, whether or not we're worried about the sentiment, whether or not we're worried about current price action, I continue to accumulate. Guys, it's tough when the market is fearful. It's tough when you have idiots talking about taxing unrealized gains. But that's all that is. No country, no citizen would ever allow their government to tax unrealized gains. So it's all talk for now. We'll see how it plays out. We'll move forward, and we will see these gains.